Whoa. Here we are. What's up, everybody? Can we hear him okay? Say something, Turtle Pizza Power?
Check, 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 check.
Guys, this is Turtle Pizza Power. Everybody give him a round of applause for joining us. This is our first go at this. So, guys, if there's anything wrong with it, let us know. I just, not going to know. His audio is very low. There we go. That's the first thing. All right, you know what that is? Say something real quick, Turtle Pizza Power.
Check, check, check. 1, 2, check, 1,
Okay, so
2.
what I think it is, it's the my computer. So okay, much better. Okay, so that's
Better?
what we need. We need to provide some feedback. Polo.
Sweet.
The only thing I would recommend is maybe don't do any shout outs on stream tonight, just because I think the audio is gonna overpower it until I figure out all the solutions. So just give a shout out in chat. Just don't actually do the shout out. Actually, I'll disable it on my end, so you can still give them a shout out in chat. I just don't want it to show up because of the issues it could cause. Just for tonight, guys. This is a trial run. This is the first one. This is Turtle Pizza Power. He volunteered to be the first guest of Doom.
Doom. I love
Eventually,
Doom.
eventually, I would like this to be like kind of a round table where we have four people, as many people as it allows, and that way we get everybody's feedback. But tonight, I just want to focus on him and what he can provide us some information with. He's a great streamer. I'm telling you guys, if you do not follow him on Twitch or TikTok in YouTube, I would recommend it. Uh, he he's amazing. His content isn't just about gaming
You're
and
amazing.
streaming. He definitely does steps outside the box, and I love seeing that. I always tell people when you're growing on TikTok, don't just do gaming clips. You got to do other stuff, and that gets more people into your streams, I think. But take it away, my man. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What I would like to know is pretty much what started it all. What started your whole streaming career, and give us some
Mm.
background.
Yeah, so I am Turtle Pizza Power, formerly known as TMNT Pizza Power. It's, you know, uh, TMNT Pizza Power is still like my gamer tag across everything because I've had that name since either 99 or 2000. Unsure of the year, but if you check Wayback Machine on my fan Ninja Turtle website that I used to run, uh, in the beginning when I used to have it on AOL, it was called the TMNT, and then when I switched over to GeoCities, which is hosted on Yahoo, and GeoCities is no longer a thing, I called it Pizza Powers Layer, and it was a fan Ninja Turtle website. But fast forward years later, probably around 2012, I wanted to stream, but if anyone knows anything about streaming back then, in the mid 2000s, streaming equipment was expensive. Like, unless you had like a couple grand to spend, like you weren't streaming. And then we got the PS4 and the Xbox One, and that made streaming accessible to everyone who had the console. So I made my Twitch account in November of 2013, which is the same month the PS4 launched, and that's when I had actually started streaming. I streamed all the way up until 2016. I didn't have a schedule. I wasn't consistent, and I never really like streamed a certain set amount of time. So I quit in 2016, which was the same around the same time I got out of the army in 2017, and then
Thank you
I
for your
entered.
service.
You don't have to thank me. Thank you, thank you. Uh, it we ended up. I ended up joining the local music scene, and I joined did a couple of bands, and then around 2021, I got an email from my music director saying that they've partnered with Twitch. Now, mind you, I hadn't streamed since 2016, and they said it was an affiliate, Twitch affiliate. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? Chance or whatever have you. So I was like, if this is legit, I'm gonna start streaming again. So I filled out everything that they wanted me to fill out, and then I got an email back and from Twitch that I was affiliated. And I only had 38 followers, and this
Wow.
was February of 2021. And I was like, well, I'm affiliated. I'm gonna go ahead and stream it and not put it to waste. And but fun fact about Twitch affiliate status. Twitch affiliate status, I believe, didn't come out until 2017. So being Twitch affiliate is really not too old. Uh,
I didn't
in
know
order
that
to hit,
actually.
yeah, there's an old article, an official article from Twitch that shows you what you had the requirements were to get Twitch partner. It was like 500 viewers. It was some crazy stuff.
Things are different definitely now. Before we lose the chat, who is your favorite
Position? Oh,
musician?
musician. I'm actually wearing the shirt of my all-time favorite band right now, so the Used.
Do
But well, my green screen's covering it back there. But Kurt Cobain, you know.
Dude, I can't believe you said the used. The other day I was playing the used on my stream because I think I watched one of your streams and somewhere you were playing it. I remember, and it got me thinking of the used. One of my favorite bands from when I was younger, hands down. I see
Hmm.
them live. I will tell you, if you've never seen the documentary, I would highly recommend it. It's my favorite documentary to ever watch. It's from the Taste of Ink. The
Documentary.
very first CD was a documentary.
Oh, yeah, Taste of Ink. I never got to go on that tour. That was the one that like Lincoln Park was on too, right?
I think so. They came to Buffalo. It was a great time. Great time.
It was, yeah.
So, what actually inspired your stream, and how did you deal with hate if you had any? I noticed recently, guys, if you haven't heard about the Hogwarts hate that streamers were getting, I know he was affected, from that. So, I wanted to kind of put that into a question, but since the chat asked that, I don't want to lose that. I want to know your thoughts of how you handle hate and what really, really inspired you. You could have tried it and gave up, and what kept you going, and what inspired you to do this?
I think in a way, sometimes the hate fuels me now, especially now. It's just something you have to get used to, especially with your being, you're putting yourself out there on the internet, especially you too, Joe, or anyone who makes any kind of content. Really, because you're always going to have someone who is just going to hate the hate.
Yep.
I think the best way to deal with it now is just to ignore it. Don't give them the attention because that's what they want is the attention. And a lot of them, from what I've noticed, especially with some TikTok comments and YouTube comments, it ends up being kids. But there are some people out there who don't like you for whatever reason, and they want to try to attack you so you can quote unquote cancel or hurt yourself. But the thing was with Hogwarts Legacy, I haven't received any hate since I've been making content on it. I was with friends with someone I knew. Well, I never met them in real life, but they're part of the same music scene as me from our state. And we were content creator friends for a long time. Actually, when they met me last year, 2021, I was actually streaming a Harry Potter game on the PS2. So I just thought it was hypocritical whenever they messaged me 2 weeks before Hogwarts Legacy dropped and said that they can't be my friend anymore. They're taking the drums off the track I recorded for them. They blocked me on everything and didn't even give me a chance to say my own, my piece, and gave me a GameSpot article on why J.K. Rowling's bad, and then basically, pretty much that's it.
I think it's just
And I was just
outrageous
like,
that
well,
people care that much about what other people play. I mean, if you don't like what I play, don't watch it. I guess you could say. If you don't like what I'm doing, I'm not going to stop playing a game because someone who wrote a book,
live and let
has
live.
certain feelings on it. I'm not affiliated with anything with that person. I just like playing the game.
Right.
So who the hell, who cares? I mean, I'm all for whoever wants to do whatever. You do your thing. As long as you're not causing harm, who cares? And you're not going to go on. He's not playing the game and swearing about transgenders or whatever. So, that's
Right.
that's different if you're playing it and then you're still spreading hate, but you're not that type of person. So,
No, it's crazy because I knew someone who was transgender in real life. I actually served with them in the army. Um, I I just they weren't, they were never hateful. I I think if you're a hateful person, you're just a hateful person. It
you got to
doesn't
hate on
matter.
something, yeah.
Right. It doesn't matter what you affiliate yourself with, you know?
Just people just want to, I don't know, bring that attention negatively. Like I said, I got friends who are gay or transgender, and I'm pretty sure if I played
100%.
Hogwarts, they would care less what I do. And the only reason I don't play it is because I was never a Harry Potter fan. Other than that, I would probably play it. I just never got Harry Potter, so no, that's absolutely good. So Polo is gonna ask you about what your favorite G Fuel flavor is, but first, before we get into that question, I want to know your partnerships. If you have more than one, I want to know all about your partnerships. What you just how you decide to sign up for a partnership. Obviously, with G Fuel, you probably really love drinking G Fuel, but I'm sure you've gotten companies coming after you asking to partner. And how do you choose yes, no? If you want to give it a shot, what give some feedback on that. For
Um,
some streamers, me personally, I I get them sometimes, and they say, "Hey, you should be partnered with this drink," and I'm like, "Man, I never tried the drink." Like, I'm
right,
not gonna
right,
partner with something I never tried. So let me know your feedback
right.
on all
Well,
that.
first of all, I'm not gonna knock anyone at all if they want to go get sponsored by one of those drink companies that literally sponsor everybody and anybody, because there's a couple out there that will, and that's really cool.
Right.
And I think it's really awesome for a streamer just starting out if that's the route they want to go. But me personally, I was like, no, I don't want to associate myself with anything other than if I actually really, really love it. So with G Fuel, I was checking when if you could like sign up for sponsorships, and I found one of their ways that you could sign up. But this is before they opened up sponsorship to everyone. I applied but never heard anything back. But December, they 2022, they opened up sponsorship on their website, and I was like, oh wow, I think it was December. That's when I
Yeah.
saw it, and that's when I signed up, and I'm just forever grateful. I'm also endorsed by Cinch Gaming, which I do use a Cinch controller, so
Which
I do
actually
like.
looks really insane. That controller looks really nice.
Yeah,
Put
yeah.
a W in chat if you like that controller, guys. I like
This is
it.
the custom one that I did. I like Cinch, and I've actually had a couple people use my code, which like blew my mind. Um, Voice Mod is the only brand that I got an email from that contacted me, and I was like, "Whoa, this is really cool." So
Yeah.
yeah, Voice Mod, Cinch Gaming, and G Fuel are my endorsements and/or sponsorships.
And I think G Fuel is great. I would, so me personally, I love G Fuel. I tried my best to get partnered with them. And then I was reached out by another company. I went with the other company. I did like their stuff. It was a great small company, so I felt like we can grow together. And then they just weren't coming out with anything new. I just couldn't promote it. So I lost track with
Yeah,
them. But I got my G Fuel in the background too. You can't really see it because it's behind my hat, but gotta love the G Fuel always. I think they do great stuff, and they get a lot of hate for a lot of things. But like you say, people just like to hate on when things don't go people's way. They hate it. Is there any
unfortunately.
partnerships you're looking to maybe get in the near future, or is this where you're kind of at right now and you're happy with what you have?
I mean, I'm happy with what I have. The fact that I have what I have just is just mind blowing to me. So I'm very thankful for that. Um, I mean, if I were to get any like more sponsorships, yeah, yeah, clutch. I wanted to say gamer goose off the top of my head. Okay, because they just switched over. That would be a great one to get. Um, but I would like to get maybe sponsored by like actual like PlayStation, Capcom, like the game companies themselves. But I'm nobody, and
It's not
that's
true.
probably won't ever happen. So maybe it will.
And another thing I'd like to talk about is since we're on the whole partnership is I guess like stream organizations, the stream teams. Um, so my experience is when I first started streaming, I've been streaming for about 3 years now. My first year, I was part of a group called Internal. They
Hmm.
were esports team. I did them for a little bit, and it was really they demanded too much where I was focused on gaming for them instead of gaming for myself. So I ended that.
Yeah,
And then I got in touch with another game, Skyline Gaming. They were really great. The partners over there were great, but it just kind of felt stale. So I kind of just wanted to run solo for now. But I want to know your opinion on guess stream teams. I see a lot of people. They do good for some people and they do bad for some people. Sometimes I guess you got to find the right one that makes sure it's
I
not
would
all
say
about
so.
them. It's about everybody. So I just would like to know your
Yeah.
feedback.
Um, like Twitch stream teams, I can't really speak for other Twitch stream teams because I haven't joined any others but one. I will say I'm not really a fan of like the small streaming like Discord community stuff. A lot of that is what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a train, you know.
Yeah, like
It's where like you have to fucking like put in support for them to support you.
support for
It's just
support.
it's basically support for support. It's no good. But I had joined the Thunderdome, which is Blue Thunder's stream team that he created. Blue Thunder is a really great Twitch partner, and I wasn't gonna join it at first, but he did ask me, which I thought was I was like, sweet, sweet. So okay, and he actually offers like streaming things for your stream that can help you.
Right. And you know what?
Uh,
I see a lot of his
resources.
I see his TikToks all the time. I don't know. It's not his actual channel. It's like a channel that's, I don't know, posting clips about him and things that he has in his Discord and things he's helped out streamers.
Right.
I mean, out of all the organizations I see or people that have these communities, his looks like the most genuine, the one that he's
Yeah.
really not worried about himself growing. I could tell like he's trying to
A
help out
lot of
others.
great members. We got Mr. I don't want to say anyone's name wrong, but I apologize if I do. Mr. Starfire is part of the Thunderdome. We got Average Gamer. We got the Lou.
The Lou.
Yeah.
I love the Lou.
It's really great. We got Mikey, A Dubs. And the thing is like some of these streamers is like we knew each other before we even joined the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
So it was already like family becoming a bigger family, if that makes any sense. And I don't want to. Okay, yeah, I'll say it. I didn't get any of my sponsorships until after I joined the Thunderdome. So in a way, I feel like I have Blue Thunder to thank a lot for that. So thank you
That shows
so
a
much for
lot in their
everything.
organization. Like I said, I never see
Yeah.
anything bad that he's doing. He
No.
definitely seems like a genuine person, and I've been in his streams. He's got high quality streams. He does, but I definitely see the community that he's grown, and that's great. And the a little bit off topic of what we're just talking about, guys. But one thing I love about streaming and being like a content creator and is how many people you mutually know with other people. Like you just said, like Average Gamer, the Lou. Like it's crazy how we both know each other, right? And then I bet you there's probably three more people in the chat who also know them. And it's just so crazy how you start talking to one person and just communities kind of like mesh really well together. And I think that's really, really great.
It's awesome.
So I've seen recently when I am able to catch your stream, whether I'm lurking or I'm able to actually come in and talk, your numbers are, you get pretty good numbers. You're not low numbers at all. How long do you think it took you to get to that point? And what do you think
2 years.
changed to get you to that point?
Okay, so let me answer Polo's question about the G Fuel. It's just hit me. My favorite G Fuel is Radioactive Lemonade.
Okay, I never actually had that. So
from the tub.
From the tub.
It's a bubblegum lemonade. I've had the can, but the thing is I don't like my lemonade carbonated. So yeah, but that's my favorite G Fuel. But could you repeat the question?
So the question is, I see overall your numbers are pretty decent, right?
Oh
they're not you're not getting 100 viewers, but you're not also getting 3 viewers. You seem like you're pretty high there in the teens. When I do catch you and able to catch you, sometimes in the 20s. I'm sure there was a point where you were like this and then it started going like this. So I wanted to know what you changed, or if you were stuck at a certain number, what made you change where you're getting the numbers you're getting now?
I'm not really sure, honestly, what I changed, except for just perfecting the craft, and that comes with time. And I'm still perfecting the craft. I'm not where I want to be as an entertainer. Not and I don't feel like I'm ever going to be where I want to be as an entertainer. And
Right.
that's the thing of
You always
perfecting
have
the
room for
craft.
improvement.
Always. And you got to be your biggest like looking at what you do bad. You got to be
Yeah.
your biggest judge.
Rewatch VODs.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
think TikTok has helped you at all? I personally say majority of people that come to my streams, if one time or another, came from TikTok. I always stress people like if you want to grow on Twitch, you're not going to grow just streaming on Twitch. You're going to have to go out there and put yourself on TikTok. I'm sure you're going to get people that come from Twitch. I've been seeing it more where people see me in the recommended recommendations and they pop
Right.
over. But until recently, 95% of the people came from TikTok or Twitter. So did TikTok help you in other ways?
TikTok helped me in a lot of ways. A lot of ways. I'd say TikTok helped my viewership a little bit, but just honestly being authentic, networking and some of word of mouth
Yeah,
too, from other viewers. Um, Whether there's Twitch streamers or just people who don't stream.
yeah,
Usually that's other Twitch streamers, that are like the word of mouth. Um, but as far as like when I'm streaming, I don't pay attention to my view counter. I don't look at all those numbers until after I'm done
yeah.
with the
Either do
stream.
I. I think when you try to look at those numbers, it just gets in your head. Oh my god, I got two viewers, and you're like
Yeah,
stressing, like, man, why am I at two viewers? Am I doing something wrong? And then when you have 15 viewers, you're so pumped. And then my biggest thing is like when you get used to those 15, 20, 25 numbers, you're like, oh, this has been great streams. And then you're gonna get that one stream where it dips because it's just a bad day or whatever.
it
And
happens,
it
man.
happens. And I think a lot of people they don't expect that. They expect when they're always high, they're gonna be high, or when they're low, they're always gonna be low. And my firm belief is you never know who's gonna come into your streams and change it. You know,
You truly never know. Uh, what is the name of that game? Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's like a Skyrim game, but it's not Skyrim. It's like there's no magical powers in it. It's like real life, but set in the Middle Ages. Dude, I had the developer come into my stream, and I was only averaging like 4 people at the time.
right? It gets disheartening when you're putting on a show for hundreds and two show up. I
Look,
think
it's
it
not
gets
disheartening. This is what you do. You treat every stream the same. That's it. That's the secret.
Yep, you do. If that I always try to do exactly what I'm going to do every night. I mean, I try. You always got to look for improvement, and I just don't feed into all the other people's bullshit. My biggest pet peeve is, when you go on TikTok or something and people are saying this is exactly what you have to do to grow, and then you go to their stream and they're not where I would expect them to. So like, sure, people everybody has a different situation, right? So Turtle Pizza Power, he streams Tuesdays and Thursdays. His situation is going to be different than someone who streams 7 days a week, right?
Right.
So I think that we all have to understand that our situations are different, and we're only able to do what we're able to do. I'm a father. I stream a couple days a week, 4 days a week, and I try to support as much as I can. Some people might be able to support more than me. Some people probably don't support at all. It just kind of it's one of those things you just gotta do your own thing and figure out what works for you. And you can get feedback from others, but don't live and die by what they're telling you because it may not work for your situation.
It it comes down to a point, man. If I think if you continue to do this, theoretically speaking, you should see growth. Whether you hits a stagnant part, if you do it for years, you will see growth. I do think if it will come to a time for a lot of people, especially people who support them. You know, I love to support, and I support as much as I can possible the ones who support me. Um, and there's gonna come a time when you have too many people watching you and supporting you where you can't support them all.
Right.
And that's why I think it would be great, like if let's say people are subscribers, you can do subscriber only giveaways or subscriber only incentives that benefit the people who are
Show in
supporting
and
you
show out.
monetary wise, but not even monetary wise, just people who have been there since day one, and are still supporting you like years later.
Yep, absolutely. My thing is do my absolute best. If I'm not able to support someone on Twitch, If I can't sit there and watch a stream, the only times I'm able to watch streams is on my phone. I can only watch one person at a time on my phone. I don't get to have 10 tabs open. One of the things I try to do is support them in as many other ways as I possibly can. And I
Yeah,
think a lot of
you
people
could
don't understand
just.
that too. There's other ways of supporting your streamers. Sure, it's
Mhm.
great going to their streams and popping up alert is great, even if you can't be in their chat. But like you said, word of mouth is an important thing. Just talk about the streamer in your streams, like hype them up. Check them out on Twitter, share their love. It's always great to see that. Um,
And this is why I say treat every stream the same, because you never know who's going to come back and watch your VODs.
right.
You might gain followers from people watching your VODs. I know I've personally have gained followers from people who have watched my VODs, or I have followers who do watch my VODs because they couldn't make the stream.
Right, and that's important. That's important, and that's why you do great on YouTube too. So kudos to you for doing that. So I guess that can open up the question on the next thing. So we have Twitch streamers, we have YouTube streamers in here, and we probably have Kick streamers. Let's talk about it. I mean, I know you stream on Twitch, but I also know you got YouTube channels. Um, why do you focus more on Twitch than YouTube? Why not stream on YouTube more than Twitch? Why,
Hmm.
if you haven't gone to Kick, why haven't you been? Let's open the discussion to all three platforms. So first things first, why Twitch first? Is your
Twitch,
primary
well,
streaming source.
Twitch is the primary streaming source. Well, I mean, it comes down to music at the end of the day, where I got affiliated on Twitch, through my music distributor. But second, when it comes to Twitch, I love everything that Twitch offers. You got channel points that are like easily accessible. I don't have to do some programming with shit to get like the channel commands with the points and all that to do in the chat, which you can do on Twitch too. But to get those kind of features over on like YouTube or Kick, I don't stream on Kick, and it's not to say I won't. But the thing is, I stream on TikTok too. So that's stretching myself too far.
Yeah,
And and as far as streaming on YouTube, I don't care to stream on YouTube, but I do like making long form content for YouTube.
and that's great to see. That's one thing I need to do is put more long form. My YouTube, if you go to my YouTube, there's probably like 10 videos that are long term, and then there's a million shorts. So I just post shorts because I really don't have time to make those full edits. So here's how I did it. I got introduced to Twitch. I love Twitch. I put a lot of work into Twitch. I've met a lot of great people into Twitch. I almost feel like I owe it back to Twitch for what they've given me. Whether or not I'm doing great on numbers, I still have more than one person shows up to my stream to talk to me, and
Yeah.
that means the most. I can be okay with the one person comes in. YouTube, I went live twice on YouTube, and both times I was stressed because I had no idea what I was doing. I don't like change, and I don't like going back and forth. I think going back and forth really
Yeah.
affects it. Kick, on the other hand, we've all heard negative things about Kick. My personal intake on Kick is I'm gonna just try it out one stream, right? See how it goes. But I still think overall my 95% of my time is gonna be focused on Twitch. If I have a one-off stream, it'd be on Kick. But
Here's
primarily
the
my
thing
growth
with
is on
Kick.
Twitch.
The reason why you're having a lot of creators or streamers who are going over to Kick and seeing the success that they're seeing is because Kick is not as saturated as Twitch or YouTube is right now, you know? And it's going to get to the point probably where it will be saturated, and then it don't matter what platform you join. But at the end of the day, it still comes down to the grind, no matter what platform you're live streaming on, whether that's Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Kick. It comes down to you as a creator, you as an entertainer, being consistent. Um, yeah, that's really it. It's just being consistent is one of the biggest things. And
I
I
agree.
always ask, I always ask people this: would you watch you?
Yep.
Because if you won't watch you, why would anybody else watch you?
When I first started streaming, I was at work, and first time I talked about streaming outside of the stream people, the online world, and the guy I was talking to says, how did he word it? He said, "What's gonna make people come to you and not the other person?" right? Why you, right? Why you? And I think that's a good thing. I mean, if you gotta stand out in one way or another, and I think that's important. The whole thing with Kick is Kai. You guys, everybody knows who Kai is, right? He's got the most subscribers ever in Twitch and everything. So I posted this on Twitter the other day, and I really sat back and I took care. This was a quote that got me thinking more than ever. Is everybody who went to Kick, personally, this is just a thought, got excited because everybody was saying their numbers were better than they ever were. They went over to Kick and they averaged 8 viewers compared to their 3. And right off the bat, I think that's what grabbed people in. So Kai's point of view is, guys, even if you're on Twitch and you average 2 viewers, that's probably 2 more viewers than you had, what, a week ago, whatever. Slow
100%.
progress is better than no progress, and I think a lot of people just want that instant progress. And
Still progress, baby.
it's
Yeah, a lot of people want that instant, man. They wanna hit that go live and have hundreds of viewers right now. It doesn't work like that. I mean, not for the majority, you know.
no, I mean honestly, I struggled all the way up until last year, mid last year. I was averaging 2 viewers, and eventually it progressed, and I'm not getting great numbers, but I'm not getting horrible numbers where I cry myself to sleep. The progress was slow. I didn't expect things. I didn't expect to get 20 viewers average overnight. It takes work, and people don't understand it
I
takes work.
I think if you enjoy what you're doing, the numbers don't matter.
Right, and that's when people got to start realizing not to worry so much about the numbers and worry about the community that you're growing, the people who come into your streams that you're excited to see, the friendships that you make. Right,
Right.
that's if I could take anything from streaming, I have more people that I met through streaming that I can go to and talk to than real life. Right.
Yeah, but it's cooler too because I'm extroverted, introverted. Like once when I go out, dude, I can be like just a total clown. Like, and I get along with everyone. But at the same time, I really, really enjoy my alone time.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
See, I'm the opposite. I like the busyness of people. Right. I like having just everything going on at once. I don't like to be by myself. I'm one of those people, I just can't do it, and that's just my
Yeah.
personal opinion. Is I like that.
Oh, when our firstborn was son, my firstborn was my son. My firstborn was born. My wife went to visit family. I was in the army at the time, dude. For 2 weeks straight, I literally just laid in one spot and just strummed the guitar the whole time by myself. Didn't go out, didn't do nothing.
So actually, now that I love that you have this, you brought this up. Let's talk about being a parent and streaming and juggling that. Obviously, you stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, but to make
Yep.
time for work, post on YouTube, you know, post on TikTok, and your TikToks, they're not something you just put together in a minute. I'm sure you
Sometimes, a
sometimes you
lot of
do,
times they are.
but I've seen some of your TikToks where it could take more than a couple minutes to put together, maybe 5 minutes, let's just say. But overall, I'm a dad, right? That's why I stream when I stream at night. I don't get to do those daytime streams. I work full time. How do you manage it, and
Right.
how do you budget all together?
Well, yeah. So I work full time. A lot of time, I'm very, very fortunate and lucky to have a job where we have to have our phone on us at times, and um, so I'm able to do stuff sometimes there. But sometimes I'll do content, like I'll make long form content for YouTube, and I'll take some of that and turn it into short form content. Or I'll literally like deliberately set something up while I'm live streaming. I'm like, hey, this is gonna make a good clip. Let me do it real quick, and I'll execute it on live stream and then clip it later for TikTok.
That's great. That's great. I
Yeah,
personally love your TikToks. I always say that when you come into my streams, guys. I go to his TikToks and I know if I'm having a bad day, his TikToks are not gonna make me have a good. They're gonna make me have a good day overall. Um, I'm just glad that you're able to join us and provide us some feedback on streaming, because I think a lot of people on Twitter or TikTok, they just see a video, someone telling you what to do. Give us some advice. Give us some more advice on what you think can help others grow. If someone in my chat is stuck at averaging, numbers that they're not happy with, what would you recommend? My thing is always one, TikTok helps you grow, and don't play the same game over and over and over. Personally,
It's
I know it works
debatable.
for some people, but I think it also depends on the game you're playing. So when I started streaming, I played Warzone, right? And I think Warzone is a hard game to stream. I mean, hard game to play while you're trying to grow your community. But
It
that's
can
why I
be.
want you here to provide your input on stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I would say one of the biggest things is really networking. But a lot of people say, okay, well, like, what is networking, right? It's not support for support, but networking is okay. You find other streamers or content creators around the same, you know, uh, I guess like follower range as you, subscriber range as you, depending on what platform is your main platform, and you try to become friends with them. You know, I would say if you're going to post shorts to promote whatever platform you want to see the growth in, the same thing as streaming. It's consistency. That's the biggest thing is consistency.
You know what? I agree with that 110%. If I could say one thing has helped me grow the most, consistency. When I first started streaming, I would stream too much, right? You know, like that's one thing I always tell people who are trying to become affiliate. Don't stream so much. There's no point. Like you're gonna burn yourself out. So one, I streamed so much, and all I did was stream Warzone, and I streamed all different times and all different days.
Right.
So really,
Right.
I'm posting on Twitter, hey, I'm going live tonight. But then the next week, I'm not going live that day at all, right?
Right.
So what I try to do is I try to get it. You know, if you can't make a consistent schedule, ballpark it. It's easier to say, hey, my stream's canceled, than get people to come in that weren't expecting to come in at all, right? So,
Hmm.
you know, I stream Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 8 to 10. I might have a bonus stream once in a while where I might throw that out there, but
Yeah.
at least I know I'm gonna stream those days. If something comes up, I just say, hey, stream is canceled because of a sickness or whatever. And at least, you know, it's easier to do that than say, oh, guys, by the way, tonight I'm going to be going live in about 10 minutes in case you want to change your whole plans and come see my stream.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, Katie?
Um, I will say, dude, with answering the question earlier, my wife, man, it's really I'm really, really thankful for my wife because if it wasn't for my wife, I would not be able to do a lot of the things I do. Uh, she takes care of a lot of things, man, and I'm forever, forever grateful.
You know what? That is 100% my, my whole mindset too. My wife, she puts my son to bed 4 days a week so I can do this. You know, I'm there to read them the bedtime
Yeah,
story and tuck them in, but she handles anything that happens after I start my go live, and I wouldn't be able to do this without her. I wouldn't be able to buy an obnoxious amount of streaming stuff without her support, right? I
right.
wouldn't, you know, she'd let me eventually build this computer that I'm saving up for. You know, it's just I couldn't have done it without my wife too. And it's very lucky that we get spouses that kind of uh, help us out when we need it.
Yeah, yeah. It was the same thing with the band stuff, dude. When I was in the bands, the reason why I stepped down from the bands, the main reason, I like to be home, and it got to the point, especially in towards the end of 2021 and 2020, all of 2022, until I stepped down in August of 2022. I mean, we did a couple cool small little tour runs, but I was playing shows every weekend, sometimes different states. I was gone every weekend.
It's not fair, right? It's not. It sucks,
I was gone every weekend, man, and it's a lot of fun music, but it's also is a lot of work. People don't understand and realize they see the live music and they're like, man, that looks so awesome, that's so great, but dude, you're away from your family usually. You're with these dudes who you call your brothers, because you're with them a lot. You spend a lot of time with them, and you're constantly working as well, writing music,
Right.
practicing it.
You're always
It's
busy.
it's a lot of work, man. Because we every band that I've been in, we practice every week, at least once a week.
I can imagine doing that, and we're glad you're not doing that anymore. And you're doing this instead because, like I said, we love your content and what you do. And I mean, I
Oh,
personally
dude, I
do,
was I was streaming on Twitch last year and doing the shows,
and that must
so
have been
I was
crazy.
like, I burnt out.
Was there any, not so much with the music, but was there any a point in your years that you've been streaming where you almost quit, and why in your head did you want to quit if that was ever a thought in your head?
I think about quitting all the time. I'm just like, I enjoy making other people happy. So if I can make one person happy, I feel like my job's done. I just want to make people forget about the problems that they have to deal with.
Right.
You know, I I enjoy making others happy. But it's 2016 was when I had actually stopped streaming. And I didn't really think anything of it, but I enjoy what I do, and I don't see myself ever really stopping, because I feel like I'm always going to be playing a video game in a way.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. We have a question from Bulgy Set. Bulgy Set, thanks for joining us tonight. Bulgy said, question, what's one regret you both have in streaming, and what is your biggest thing you have achieved in streaming? So, I guess I'll go first on this one. What's your biggest regret? I don't think I have really any regrets. I guess when I first started streaming, I definitely was pulled into the support for support kind of thing. I didn't really know anything about streaming, and people opened their arms up expecting more. So I guess that would be my biggest regret. Um, but my biggest thing that I actually will go on to another one. But that would be my biggest thing is I wish I knew more when I started, and I wish I had someone who could kind of help me out along the way. Whether not so much to
Yeah,
watch my streams, but to give me any advice. I went into streaming and I
mhm,
didn't know anything. I didn't know any streamers. I didn't even know what Twitch was. It was an instant. What is Twitch? Oh, I'm gonna sign up for Twitch, and I didn't know how to do anything. I literally didn't know how to do anything. So guess I was like fresh bait. And then my biggest thing you have achieved in streaming. I mean, I know this is gonna be cliche for me to say, but to have a person come in and talk to my stream every night, for some reason, just being able to have one person at least come in means that's a big achievement. I mean, I didn't think anybody would ever watch me, and now I have people who consistently come in and that are regulars that come into the stream and say, "Hey Joe, how's it going?" Or they know my wife, or you know, we could talk about things. So having a community and making true friendships is definitely the biggest thing I've achieved. Just the friendships alone with it. But the regret I think is
100%.
definitely I got baited in, and I don't think it hurt me, but I wish I would have realized it sooner because I probably would have focused on more than when I first started streaming. I'm worried about got to get affiliated right away, instead of just building the community as I go and see what happens. But what is your biggest regret and your biggest achievement?
I don't really know. Honestly, I think my biggest regret would being that I quit in 2016. I didn't really, I, I didn't think about streaming with a consistent schedule. It wasn't until after I joined a band and I learned how to promote online, which a lot of people don't know or learn. That's where people's biggest problem comes in, is where they don't want. How do I promote myself? It was the bands that taught me this. But my biggest regret is quitting in 2016, man, because there's no telling where I'd be right now if I had known what I know now and applied it then.
Well, there you go. Now your biggest achievement.
A biggest achievement is just the fact that I have other people who enjoy my show.
Yeah,
That's the biggest achievement.
there you
That's the
go.
biggest achievement.
See, there you go. How can we resist that huge smile that you have on your face right now? Right? um, yeah, I definitely struggle with self promotion and selling myself. Look, my biggest thing about self promotion is like for instance TikTok. It's great to make TikToks about game clips, but don't make every TikTok about game clips. Get people to
Right.
know who you are other than gaming, and it kind of brings people, I guess, in, right. So people like different streamers for different things. They like different things that they provide, right. You can go into someone's stream and you see this. You can go into someone's stream and see that, and you want them to know who you are other than just, hey, I play Fortnite. you
Yeah.
know.
I'm about to open. Hopefully, if no one knows this, hopefully you all know now. And this is a big thing I learned with promotion with the bands. If you're promoting on Facebook, Twitter, um, you're self promoting or promoting whatever you want to promote. You're gonna put down what it is you do or you're doing. Your date that you're doing it. You always want to promote at least 2 weeks. That's usually the minimal. 2 weeks ahead of the date if you're doing some kind of big event. Um, but when you post like on Facebook and Twitter, okay, you could get away with it because it is a text-based platform. But I still think you get more out if you post a picture, especially on Facebook uh, and Twitter. You post a picture with your link and the description. And a lot of people they just drop the link and be like, "Hey, I'm going live." That's cool when you're actually like we're live right now. But if you notice, if anyone who follows me, even when I'm going live right now, I always post a picture because it helps get seen more.
That's
It
great.
does. It does.
That's actually true. I actually not heard that from other people, but I've also seen the people talk about that. Talk about, hey, post a picture with your tweet, and it goes a long way. And I see it too. So you're not the first person who said that. So clearly, it's got to be something right if more than one person says that. Um,
But also, especially when it comes to Facebook, I don't really know too much. Well, I know a little bit, but with Twitter, but the more you post on these platforms, the more your post gets choked. So you really only want to post once, minimally twice on social media a day. Any more than two posts, your posts are going to get choked and not seen.
well, there you guys go. There you guys go. See, good input is always good. We appreciate that. Um, so give us your top three games you play right now. What are the top three games?
I don't have any three games. I've only been doing Hogwarts Legacy. But some of the top things I do is I do some retro games or older games. Like I'll do PS3, the PS2. Uh, I'm gonna be getting ready and doing some VR streaming here. I'm gonna be doing the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, and I'm really excited to do that. Resident Evil 7 in VR we did last year. That was a lot of fun, especially when you had viewers like using sound alerts to scare you, and because you're already in the game world with the headset on, and you can't see chat. Because I would check chat with VR like every 10 to 15 minutes and respond to everyone then. But it's really cool because the viewer gets their jollies off by like scaring you and doing different things to like just see reaction in the VR world with already what's going on.
Right, I get what you're saying. They tell me to ask you about
Yeah.
Killzone.
Oh man. Rest in peace, Killzone. Killzone's dead. Sony killed Killzone. They killed the Resistance franchise. They literally killed Killzone last year. There's no more Killzone online. But there are some modders who brought Killzone 2 back online. You can play that. There is a community day on Saturdays.
There you guys go.
Um,
How do you
yeah,
feel about playing with viewers? Um, Whether you do it or don't do it, and how do you choose who you're going to play with or don't play with, or just in general how you handle that? So in my streams, a lot of the time I do play with viewers, right? They're in the chat. I'd like to play with you. If I'm not playing with anybody, I'll play with you. But how do you? Some streams I'm like, man, I don't want to play with anybody. I kind of just want to rock it out by myself, and hopefully you guys like the content I can make by myself. I just want to know
right.
how you handle that and what are your thoughts on it.
Yeah, so I haven't done too many like play with viewer streams. I have done some things like I like marbles. Like, I'll join the streamer stream when they're playing marbles just because I'm like I want to do the play and race. But uh, I enjoy playing with my viewers. I think it's a little weird when you have someone new come in and want to play right away because you never know how that person's going to react. But at least with people who have been in your community, been to your streams, you get to know them a little bit. You're like, yeah, yeah, of course, we'll play. And I have played. I've played with some viewers off stream. You know, uh, I typically don't do too many multiplayer games
Right.
on stream, but I'm always down to play these multiplayer games off stream too.
Yeah, I had someone come into my stream last night and he said 1v1 me. I said,
That's usually a kid.
yeah, and first thing I say is, hey, I always like to know where people find my stream from, right? For some reason, I'm just always curious. How did you find me? Because if whatever that is, that's working. So I like to always say, hey, what brought you to my channel, right? He didn't respond back, but he said, I'm adding you. I'm like, okay, first of all, you're not even watching my stream if you didn't answer the question. You're literally just coming to see if someone can play with you. I actually banned him last night. The first night I banned someone for
Uh,
overly asking to play with me just because of him blowing on my chat just saying the same question.
yeah,
I'm
uh,
usually good with playing with people. I get a little weary if you've never been in my streams.
right,
It's got to be something where I know you and I can trust you because I got to make sure you're not going to say something offensive because I'm kind of associate myself with a family friendly streamer. Um,
right,
I have a lot of younger people who come to my streams to enjoy the content. So if you're coming in, I swear, but I might say the F word one time or two times, but I don't want someone coming in screaming the N word, the whole stream.
right. And
So
that's the thing because you do Fortnite, and man, I think what's really cool about Fortnite. I'm not a Fortnite player, but I think this is the coolest thing about Fortnite. You don't have to spend any money to get the battle pass. Like you can literally get the battle pass for Fortnite every season and not spend a single dime. And
Fortnite, I think
no
Fortnite is the best game for me.
no other game does that. Every game requires you to drop money to get the season pass or battle pass or whatever. But Fortnite, no, you can just play the game and get it for free. And I think,
I've been playing Fortnite since no builds, and I don't think I haven't spent one penny on that game. And for some reason, people send me skins and this and that, which is amazing. I thank everybody who does that.
yeah,
But I've yet to spend a penny on it. When I was playing Warzone, I'd be buying the battle pass every year or every time. This Fortnite, I just go in and play the game. Someone donates me a skin. I'm very appreciative of it. Like it's dope. I just I never just do it yet. I help people come to stream and I just buy meet them in the battle pass for Fortnite. I'm like, bro, I can't buy it for myself. um, you want to watch Joe eat a sardine? If I had a sardine right now, I would eat a sardine. But I don't have sardines, and I think they're gross. But I'll eat one maybe next stream. All right, all right. Your favorite streamer and why?
man,
If how about this?
you're
If it was, you know, on any given night, who's the one go-to streamer you're gonna watch? If you can only watch one.
that's a bad question.
Why? Because I put you on the spot.
Ah, yeah, because it's like I want to, everyone who I enjoy watching. I'm gonna say everyone.
Right, right.
I'm,
I mean,
I'm
it could
gonna
be
say
even as a
everyone.
higher streamer, like someone up there in the millions and views. I didn't start drama.
Uh,
I'm just wondering if there's one streamer, his go-to streamer. I'm not talking about you go in a lot of streamers' channels. You're
I
supportive.
really, I really, really, really like Duty Beard.
Really.
Duty Beard, man, is a sensory overload. So when you go to watch his streams, just know it's like a acid trip. Okay, it's good. It's that it's chaos, but it's beautiful chaos.
And that's good. That's always good. People like that chaos. That's good. It makes them stand
Yeah,
out, right?
it's so much. Sometimes it can be too much, probably for some people.
Now, if we're on the topic, that's the one streamer you'd watch if you could watch any. Now, this is gonna probably stir up a little bit more drama because we gotta get in his brain a little bit. I'm sure you've had a lot of help from other streamers. I'm sure people provided you a lot of feedback or you learned from others. What's the one streamer that helped you the most? Or how about this? It doesn't even have to be help. What's one streamer you got the most from? Whether you're just watching their streams, taking ideas, or whatnot.
Yeah. I'm stealing all your ideas, baby. No, I think I'm gonna have to kind of just like cut the cheese, you know. It's Blue Thunder and Morph Gaming have been tremendous, especially when I started my TikTok last year, you know. If it wasn't for Morph, a lot of people wouldn't know me. I don't think.
Morph was my biggest raid I've ever had.
Yeah,
The average gamer told him to raid me, and most views I've ever
nice.
had in a stream. The most, it was just an unruly experience. It was
Yeah,
overpowering and overwhelming, and I'm forever thankful for that. I'm very thankful for Average Gamer, the friendship I have with the Average Gamer. We live on the opposite sides of the world together, and I'm closer with him than a lot of people that live down the street from me.
yeah, dude. I'm closer with so many streamers more than I am with, you know. I'm closer with you than I am people who I used to hang out with last year.
Right, and there we go.
So,
That's a whole great thing about this whole world that we opened up
because
on.
I think you're a great streamer, Joe. I think you should keep doing what you're doing, and the sky is the limit, literally, dude.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, and trust me, I steal ideas from people. I'm not gonna lie. I watch streams
Don't
and
we
I'm
all
like, that
though?
is a great idea. I want to like not take that idea fully, but I
You
want to
take
take the idea of
inspiration,
that. Yeah,
inspire.
I think that's a great thing when you go to a stream and you're like, man, why did I ever think of that, or how do I do that? And oh, Sky Buddha, stop that. Sky Buddha is amazing, guys. Sammy Ronda, everybody here, love everybody here. You closer to streamers than people I've known
Hell
for
yeah,
years. How about this? I am closer to all you
yeah.
guys than my sister who lives
OG's
two
awesome.
streets down from me. um, it's just I think that's a great community, and Morph definitely helped me out a lot. Not saying Morph is gonna do this, but there is streamers like Morph, right? So Morph is kind of a mentor, right? He mentors people. He gives great advice. I don't know. I don't know the details of him. I just know that he does help out people. He's a mentor. I've seen people talk about him being a mentor. So my question is now, this isn't Morph. This is just kind of what I was thinking about because I have nothing against Morph. But I was in someone's stream. It was a TikTok actually live, but he's a Twitch streamer too. He wanted to help people grow their channels for a
Mm-hmm.
price to
Okay.
give feedback to help them guide them to get better numbers. How do you feel about all
I see
that?
nothing wrong. I see nothing wrong if that person knows what he's talking about and knows what he's doing. You know, some people choose to monetize the information that's in here, and I don't see anything wrong with that. But me personally, I mean, if you ask me and I know, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, like when you've asked me questions today, if I can help, especially with anything, I don't mind helping. I enjoy helping other people.
And that's my take out of it, right? Like if you're gonna ask me, I've helped. I can't say I've helped because my community helped, but we helped a couple. I would say probably a couple of people become affiliated just by helping them, giving them pointers and all that.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yep. Same.
if you come to me and ask me, I'll find out if I don't know how. I'm sure I know someone who knows how, right? And I can guide you to that. If I can help you, that's great. I would never charge anybody. First of all,
Right.
the people who are going to charge you, if you find 5 people that are going to charge you, 3 of them are probably even partners. Maybe 2 are even partners. And the other 3 are probably averaging under 20 viewers. I think they feel like they know what they're doing. They can help people. But if you haven't achieved that yourself, it makes me worried that how are you going to help me if you're stuck at the same numbers that you've been at?
Devil's advocate, though. Say that person who only averages, right under 20 viewers. What about this streamer over here who's been doing it for a long time and can't get past 1 viewer? That 20 viewers looks so unattainable to them that they're like, yeah, that person knows what he's doing, and that person with 20 viewers does know what they're
Yeah,
doing.
absolutely. You're right. You're right. And I've been at the end of both ends. I've had 1 viewer and I've had 20 viewers. Luckily, I've been doing something differently that's kind of bringing more people in, and I want to thank everybody for doing that. We do have a couple questions. I want to make sure we do not miss any questions. Is the thing is to not copy another streamers, but twist it, make it your own. I agree with that. You don't want to take something fully. You want to take an idea of theirs, make it your own, because there's so many great people that
Inspiration.
do things. And
It's really hard in today's world to do or find something totally original
yeah,
anymore.
absolutely. What about a guilty pleasure streamer that you enjoy watching, someone different from your style of streaming.
Guilty pleasure. Someone who's different in my style. Let's see.
That was a question from the chat, by the way. I'm not trying to be devil. I'm not trying to be the guy who put you on the
Yeah,
spot.
I'm not really sure. It's hard to say what a guilty pleasure is, you know. Okay, I have a guilty pleasure. I enjoy watching streams sometimes where the Twitch streamer doesn't have a camera. I know Twitch partners who don't have a camera or they don't use a camera. You don't have to have a camera to be a successful streamer.
I agree, and I like going to the streams too when they don't have. I like going to the streams when they have the lowest numbers, not so they can see that someone's in their stream, but just to watch them.
Right.
You know, see how people
Yeah.
interact when there's nobody, when they know no one's watching them. I think it's
Yeah, that's
a
fun to
great
do.
thing to see.
A lot of times I'll just go to the search bar or like I'll search old games or whatever have you, and I'll just click on random streams, and I'll just lurk. I won't even say anything. If I like the content, I'll drop them a follow.
Yep, absolutely. I get it. Um, how do you pick the people if you raid? So me personally, I kind of try to throw different ways of doing this. I try to rate out someone different every night if I can.
I do
Kind of
too.
just want to show them, and they got to be someone I could trust, right? Someone that has the same beliefs as me. And then I used to go into the smallest of streamers. I used to go to maybe Fortnite, go to 0 viewers and rate them. And then I stopped doing that because of 9 out of 10 times they have you to follow for 6 weeks before you can chat in their thing. There's just so much going on with that. So I kind of pushed myself away from that and try to make sure I rate out to people that either my chat suggests or just people I just want to give some love to that, man, they're doing great stuff. I want to show some love. How do you choose it? And,
Uh, I try not to raid the same person every night. I do tend to raid every night. But uh, I do try to, if someone does raid me, I'm like, okay, I do like to return the favor on that, because this
yeah,
person thought about me. I'm like, wow, so I like to think about them too. But I'll just go down my follow list and I'll just usually pick a random person. Like, okay, who have I not rated the past couple of days or weeks? And boom, I'll pick that person.
yeah. I try, like you say, I try to rate. If you rated me recently, I'm gonna rate you back 9 out of 10 times. Or someone that I see in my, your view list that you're like, oh man, I'm gonna check him out. Make sure give him some love or
Right.
her love. Um, Your thoughts on follower only chat? I'm strongly against that. I think if you want to somehow, I mean, I get it if you're averaging a couple thousand viewers, but I don't think it does anything good if someone's watching your stream and they want to ask you a question or talk to you and they're unable to, unless they follow you. I don't want to. I might chat your chat and realize your content is not what I like, so I'm not going to want to follow you. So what are your thoughts on that?
I have no issues with follower only chat. I totally get it in a way, because it does save you from getting spammed. Um, I have no issue with follower only chat, but it's the subscriber only chat that irks me.
What about following for a certain period of time before they are able to talk? I never
That
knew that was a thing
I
until
don't
recently.
understand that. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't understand that. That to me is just I wonder if because it's typically new streamers that I've
Yes,
seen that have that, and I feel like they don't understand or know what they're clicking on whenever they're doing their settings.
that's a great point too. Some people might not know, and I think that's one of those things. Like that's what happened when I was rating people with no viewers. I was like, oh, let's give this a try. Let's rate out someone new. Change it up a little bit, and then you got to follow them for some period of time. I'm like, I can't do that. I strongly
Yeah,
disagree with that.
yeah, but no follower only chat doesn't bother me
Especially if
typically.
you're that's not well, that's good. That's good that it does it. And the sub only, I definitely agree that would irk me a little bit more than follow only. Um, Westby said, I have no problem with someone that provides coaching at a cost. However, my issue is if you provide coaching, be prepared for people to question, be able to provide proof of those results without having an attitude. There's a good point right there.
100%.
Yeah, you should be able to see the results, right? If you're paying someone, first of all, if you're paying someone, they should be able to answer anything you want at any time, right? It's kind of like their job. You're paying them to give you feedback, right? I just personally, I'm gonna help you if I know you and you ask me, I'm gonna help you, right?
Yeah,
And I'm not gonna charge you. I'm not. I'm first of all, I'm at no point to charge anybody anything.
right.
Right. So I'm definitely not gonna do that, guys. Don't forget if you have any more questions, make sure you post them in the comments. We're gonna be going for another hour. As long as Turtle Pizza Power is okay with that. I'm just trying to pick his brain
Yeah.
out to help out others. I got a lot of people that come into my streams. They ask questions, and these are questions that come up in Twitter or whatnot. Um, Mature audience versus family friendly. What would you consider yourself? Why? And pros and cons for both.
Pros and cons for both. There's nothing. Family, family friendly streams are really, really awesome. I would say my streams are probably 18 plus. I probably should start stating that in my description, only because sometimes my mouth gets the best of me, and I will drop f bombs. I do drop them. It's a bad habit that it got really bad after I joined the army.
um, you know what? I consider myself a family friendly streamer. I would say 50% of my viewers are under the age of 18. Um, I swear also. I try to limit how much I swear when I'm playing Fortnite or something and I lose. I'm gonna swear. Um,
Yeah.
do you think being immature 18 and plus has a disadvantage or advantages of growing? For instance, like family friendly streamers, I think they have a better chance to get more viewers come across their channel. But my thing with 18 and plus is people are going to come to your channel whether they're 18 and plus, right? There's no real verification.
Right.
All you gotta do is click, hey, I'm 18 or older. You know.
Yeah. Right. Right. I mean, there's nothing you could do there. That's Twitch's own like TOS and blockages that they do or their parents have or whatever on the accounts. Nothing you can do about that. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Uh, I think you're a great family streamer.
I think it can go both ways. I think everybody's got their truths. If you're one of those people who drink and smoke weed on your stream and swear all the time, you should be 18 plus, right? My
Right. Well, if you're gonna drink and smoke, it's got to be 21 now, right?
Yeah. And then you also got to think the game you play, I guess, determines what kind of community or people are going to come to your stream, right? If you're playing Fortnite, you're probably going to have younger people come in majority of the time. You're going to have a couple older people who are still into Fortnite like me, but most of the time you're probably going to get you some young kids that just came across your stream and they want to check it out. Warzone, you probably get more of an older audience. You could probably sit back and swear and do all that fun stuff. Not a big deal. Um, so I think
I think
it games
Warzone
itself.
and Fortnite in general encompass, all old and young.
I have the warning twice for 18 plus. If you come in after that, it's on them, not me. That's correct. That's correct. 18 plus stream to cover my ass just in case someone wants to be an ass. See, there we go. So here's some good feedback. Like, I always want to put 18 plus, but then I'm like, I mean, I barely swear. I try to keep it family friendly. My son comes in on my streams like, if I can't say it in front of, I mean, if I say it in front of him, I should be able to say it in front of anybody else. Um, One thing I've seen a video on or something is when you're trying to grow, right? If you're a smaller streamer, you're trying to grow. Let's just use Fortnite as an example because it's right in front of me. You play Fortnite a lot. You're gonna get younger kids in your stream, right? Now imagine that kid's playing your
100%.
stream on his TV and his parents come into your room. Now, if you're swearing all the time, right? They're probably gonna tell you to turn it off, watch something else, right? If you can kind of resist the streaming, you have a viewer. So you either gain a viewer or lose a viewer. But you have to assume that viewers' parents are probably going to come across your stream one way or another. So I think 18 and plus is fair for a lot of people that are swearing and saying a lot of inappropriate things.
I think when you put 18 plus in your stream, I think that tells the younger audience, hey, I want to click this stream, because it
Yeah,
feels like they're breaking the
yeah.
law.
So they want to watch it just to get away with something,
Yeah.
which is that's fine too. Now that we're on the 18 and plus thing, what do you think of Twitch allowing the hot tub streams, the streams where girls are pretty much sitting in a bikini for views, whatever your opinion is on it? I just want to know.
Yeah, so I came across a TikTok a long time ago, and they were like on the front page of Twitch, and they were showing like, man, look at this, man, look at this, all hot tub, all girls in bikinis. First of all, the Twitch's front page shows you the kind of content that you, the user, actually consumes. So they're gonna recommend you, the type of content that you consume. I don't watch hot tub streamers. I don't really know any that follow. Joe, if you were to do a hot tub time machine or any of the streamers that I follow, I'll definitely watch them because I'm already following. But I don't go out of my way to watch hot tub. I don't click on or search a hot tub. I love women. I think it's really awesome and empowering. They don't have it any easier than quote unquote men do.
Okay, so that's
When it comes to streaming,
that's fair. I think it's hard for everybody, regardless. You know,
it
I
really
think,
is.
especially if you're just starting off for yourself. One thing I gotta, I don't know. I lost trail of my thought. What's one thing you would like to change in your streams this year? What is like the one thing you're like, man, I don't like this, I don't like that. What's one thing you wish you could change? Or are you happy with everything you got going on right
Quality,
now?
quality, and just become more entertaining.
Well, there you go. The music thing, I love when you play some music for your subs. I think that is a fascinating thing. That makes you stand out
Well,
100%.
it's not just subs or biddies. I have channel points that you can use to have me play guitar anytime. It's just one of those things where music has always been a part of my life, and I have to incorporate it into my stream.
Yeah, I think that you're right. I just love the way you do it. I think that's just it makes you stand out 100%. To have someone sing to me is amazing. Um, oh, my wife just ran in, guys. Put W in chat for the wife. We had a little talk about you taking a break, or are you coming in here? Okay, you want to say hi? That's okay. She's gonna say hi real quick. The wife's gonna say hi, guys. Do
Hi guys.
you have any questions that we should ask?
Well,
No idea what you guys are even
We're
talking
just talking about streaming in general. Um, what's up, my VTech? So Jesse
always have
Days says, have you guys ever covered thoughts on ad breaks?
let's talk about ad breaks.
Let's talk about ad
I
breaks.
don't ever hit I don't ever hit the run ad button. If the ads run, they run. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on like entertaining the viewers.
That's good. That's good. I don't even know the ad settings. I never even gone in there and played with it or anything. I'm not gonna move them. I just kind of left them where they're at. I don't know really what any of my ads do. What's your opinion on
Yeah.
like OnlyFans and stuff?
I don't have an opinion on OnlyFans, you don't have look, here's the issue is a lot of people think of OnlyFans and think of corn, right? You could make an OnlyFans account and it doesn't have to be corn. It can be anything.
And my wife is totally shaking her head right now, agreeing with what you just said. She's sitting right here, and she was like this the whole time. And that's true. That's true. Oh, there she is, guys. Don't want to be on camera tonight, guys, but I'm
Yeah.
here in the chat. Don't worry, chat will tell you when the ads pop up. Like I see streamers that adjust their ad times so maybe they get some more money out of it and everything. I don't play around with any of that because I don't want to screw anything up, anyways.
Yeah.
OnlyFans
Well,
is
I
good
have a
streamers.
little stream deck, but I don't have like I don't hit the
Yeah, me
ad
either.
run button ever
Users
during my
start
stream.
soon to run 180 to clear the ads for your first hour, and then anytime you gotta hybrid back run at 180. Shaking her head as oh my god, I'm not doing a Joegabez OnlyFans. Oh, see, they're saying thank you, thank you, thank you. See, they're putting W's in chat for you. They love you. Yeah, they're. I gotta. She's been playing The Sims, so she wanted to take a break and come and hang out with you. Now I'm about to make an OnlyFans that act like I'm an edit. Oh my god. I don't even know, like, what's on OnlyFans. Like, I guess they say that music can be on there and everything, which is different.
Yeah, I mean, you can do anything you want on there. It doesn't have to be corn.
That was just your 2 cents. See, we like everybody's feedback. Only feet. What do you think about selling your only
Could do
feet?
that. I don't think people want to see my ugly feet.
They did ask about you doing a hot tub stream and how many subs it would take for you to do a hot tub stream.
Dude, I got a video that I recently uploaded on TikTok where I'm twerking in shorts. So
See, I wish you provided that video for this conversation because that would have been great. Um,
Uh,
so did you have any goals last year in 2022? And if you had those goals, did you hit those goals?
yes. Yeah, I hit those goals. I was gonna say, I don't think I really had any goals set last year. Really, other than just staying consistent. I didn't really set any goals until after I left the band. So, that was towards the end of the year. Um, I've met my goals for 2023, so it's just like I'm just gonna obviously I'd like to like anyone else, I'm pushing for higher viewership at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely. Do you think you're on your track to hit your numbers this year that you're looking to get?
Yeah, I'm exactly right where I want to be. I mean, at the end of the day, if I have one person watching me, thank you. That's crazy.
So
Um,
I have to read this one part. Jesse Day says,
yeah,
"Guys' feet sell for more." And I know because I had the side hustle beginning of COVID and attempted to sell Nicks, and he made $50. Is that $50 a photo? Because if so, I'm about to go make a feet finder for my own photos. And did he use feet finder? I'm gonna have to DM you about some of that details. What is your solution to trolls in your
that's
chat? There we
crazy.
go. Because we have a troll asking about trolls. Let's know your thoughts.
Yeah, so I have a mod who is probably the master troll of all trolls. You can f around and find out, and someone did f around and found out, and I hate to go to that, but if it comes down to it, usually I'm just gonna ban you right out. But if you attack me outside of stream, uh, I will do my best to ignore it. But if you keep antagonizing, then whatever my mod does to you, I'm sorry.
And how did you choose your mod when you were ready to choose one?
uh one of my mods is actually one of my very earliest supporters. Uh, so they're really awesome. Another one of my mods, they actually aren't a Twitch. Well, so two of my mods aren't Twitch streamers. I'm actually looking for another mod,
He's looking for another
but
mod, everybody. God dang it,
yeah,
Bud pulls up IDs.
which I actually do have channel points for to get a new mod, but I set it at to 150,000 points.
You probably want to make sure
So
that
I
there are
feel
real
like
people that come to your streams.
I I feel like 150,000 points will vent like the fakeness. Unless someone just truly hates me or hates someone that much, that sit there to earn that many points.
Good
you know,
point. Yo, K-pop, thank you for the 54 biddies. Sorry, my alerts are off. We wanted to turn alerts off for the stream because we weren't sure how this all was gonna work. I'm actually glad it's working better than I thought it was going to. And like I said, thank you for joining us for this the stream. What is some other feedback you want to give to smaller streamers that are in this channel right now that you wish someone would have told you?
enjoy what you're doing, have fun. It's it's enjoy what you're doing, have fun. If you don't have to be consistent, if you don't want to be, it really depends on what you want to get out of it. What are you looking to get out of it? What is it? Why are you streaming? That's probably something to ask yourself. Why do you want to stream? Um, be genuine as much as possible. If you're the type of person that wants to create a persona, do that. Just think about ways of entertaining a viewer or the
That's
audience,
right. If anybody racked up 150,000 points just to spite me, I wouldn't even be mad. I would be impressed.
right?
Damn straight. Don't focus on numbers.
Hey, but there are some people out there who are they they want to do some damage and they don't care how long it takes. They're in it for the long haul.
Hey, that's truth right there. I feel like I never talk enough. That's what Ramblin' Man says. And I think, that's one of the things that can bring people in or you lose people is if you're talking in your stream, period. Um, you go into streams as someone stream and they haven't talked for a few minutes, you're probably going to leave. Is there any times where you feel like you're getting stale and you feel like you know, you can't talk or something, and how do you overcome that? Or do you consistently talk, your whole stream with no issues?
I'm if I don't have anything to talk about and no one's currently chatting, I'll just like, oh, look at that tree there in the game, or look at that over there, or I'll just like I'm gonna do something to generate some type of noise.
All right, I'm gonna ask this for the chat. Can you sing a song for us while you play the guitar? Is that putting you on the spot
Yeah,
tonight?
no, it's not
Give
putting me in a
everybody a
spot.
chance to get some questions together. Place your questions
I'm
in the
not,
chat.
I'm not really a good singer, but I mean, I'll do my best.
No
Can we
worries,
do it
Keith.
now?
We appreciate you, dude.
Can we do it now?
We go.
Can you hear that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Joegabez. I know I'm saying that wrong. It's Joegabez. I think I said that right. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. Thank you for having me on your show, Joegabez. Thank you for having me on your show, Joegabez. There you go.
When I first came to your streams, you always butchered my name.
I'm sorry, dude. But now it's stuck in my brain to say it like that.
He says that he used to say Joegabez every time.
You know who corrected me on it?
And,
You know
when
who
he said
corrected
it, though,
me?
guys, the way he says it, like, he greets people in his streams, is he definitely not quiet. It's not like, hey, Joegabez. He's like, hey, Joegabez.
You know who corrected me on it? My wife.
Your wife corrected you on it.
My wife corrected me on it. And I was like, are you serious? Because, dude, I asked you in stream, and you said, yeah, that's how you say it.
Yeah,
So,
I believe it.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
how did you say? I swear, dude.
Because you
I
know
thought
what? It's probably
that was
hard
what
to
I
tell
read.
you it's wrong and how to say it over a chat. When I'm going to say, no,
Yeah.
it's actually how you say Joegabez. See, I said it wrong right there. I
Yeah.
believe a joke can never correct people. Do people... Okay, here we got a question from Jesse Days. Do people you know in real life watch streams or support your stream? Fingers for toes or toes for fingers? Do you have a set amount of hours you stream a night, or do you... All right, let's go with the first question first because she got a couple in there. Do people you know in real life watch your stream or support your stream?
Yes.
Yes, are you open to
Yes,
telling
I think-
people that you're a streamer?
I think, yes. So I think that's one of the biggest things starting out as a new streamer, to answer a past question with this question. As someone who's looking, or a brand new streamer, one of the biggest things to help your success is to have that initial support in the beginning.
And actually,
But
when I
yes.
first started streaming, it was some family members on my wife's side. Actually, nobody in my besides my brother, my side has come to my streams. More of my wife's family came into my streams, which is surprising, seeing them from another country, and I don't see them ever being in this, but they always come in. I was always scared of telling people I'm a streamer in real life. I don't know what it is. Maybe because I don't want people to watch me that I see every day.
I was too, but I don't care anymore.
I think
Now
I'm
I
at the
do.
point too. I don't care. I mean, if you
Yeah.
go on my
I think that
TikTok and you
comes with
see me
age,
wearing a
too.
dress and twerking, I mean, I think we could be pretty comfortable on every level possible. So if you can overcome that, I think that's that's key. Someone in my work came
Hey,
across my
can
TikTok
I
and
say
said,
this real quick? Can I say this real quick? I know Tunable Shane just said lurk, but look, man, that dude, he's one of my mods. That dude is probably one of the hardest working dudes I have ever met. He has been streaming for God knows, I don't know how long, but I've known him for a couple of years, and he just hit affiliate. like with the last 2 months, and he's been streaming for years.
He's great. I've seen him in streams. I've seen his streams. I think he's a great person overall too. Let's put a W in chat for his mod. What is it? Tunable Shane.
Tunable, yeah.
Yeah, I think I always say it wrong when he comes into my streams too, so I apologize to that. Because the tunable, I get that all works mixed up. So Jesse Days had
Would
another
you rather have
question in that
toes?
other. All right.
Yeah, toes for toes, or would you rather have
Do you
toes
have
for fingers?
Oh, there you go. Fingers for toes or toes for fingers?
Yeah, I was asking you.
I actually don't even know what the question means.
I guess he's asking, would you rather have fingers for toes or toes for fingers?
Toes for fingers.
Toes for fingers? That'd be weird. I couldn't play guitar.
But can you imagine fingers
I
for
have no move.
toes?
Really, I don't. That'd be pretty cool, right?
I guess so. Do you have a set number of hours you
I don't
stream
have.
at night, or do you sometimes go over without realizing?
I do go maybe a little over without realizing, but I typically keep my streams right at 2 hours and under.
I think I go. Yo, did we get another 100 biddies? Yo, Irish Zombie, thank you for the biddies. Yo, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Sorry, my alerts are off. Joe, just have some extra long toes, I guess. There you go. So what I do is I try to strict myself to 8 to 10. I never go earlier than 8. I can do something in my time if I have time to do that. I try to end at 10. It sometimes goes over. It usually goes over.
Yeah,
If the stream's just good, I try not to leave it, at that point. If I'm in the middle of
I
games, I'm
still
not going
keep
to leave
it
on
at two,
games.
two and under. Something, I don't like to go over 2.5 hours. I like to think of it as a movie, really.
Yeah, so you try, no matter what, try to
In a
keep
way,
it at
like
2.
yeah, two and a half. But two. I typically two and under. Sometimes I go to about 2.5.
Yeah, I think 2.5 is really my average. I usually end around 10, 15, one way or another. Between you're ending your stream and then you're raiding out and all that. One
Yeah,
thing. Oh, is that really how you vape? he doesn't want to answer that.
I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how to answer that.
What's your longest stream you've done?
My longest stream I've done was right at 6 hours.
How'd you feel after that one?
So here's the thing. You get me, you get authentic me every time I stream. But if anyone knows me in person, I'm like the whole time you get me on stream. Usually during the day, I'm only like that in spurts with the amount of energy I give, and it's hard for me to like keep it going without getting super tired.
Right.
So 2.5 hours, 2 hours, it's about it. But during the day, if you hang around me, you'll get streamer pizza like, in spurts throughout the day.
Would you ever do a 24-hour
So
stream?
yes, I would be down to do 24 hours. I think I would make it more than just, music. I'd like to probably incorporate like in real life into it.
Just do it full on, full on. My longest stream was 11
Yeah,
hours. My highest stream was
nice.
2 hours. Okay, so
Yeah,
we
I
got
was
some
down.
feedback. I think 2 hours is a good average. Are you leaving? Because hold on one second. So my like I said, my average stream is 2 hours. I always recommend if you're not affiliate, don't go too long, and don't do it too
Longest
much.
I've stayed up for like almost 2.5 days.
I did a
Um,
24-hour stream once. Um, I loved it. First of all, I loved the 24-hour stream. I thought it was so fun. I planned it. The only thing I wish I would have done differently is I woke up early, worked all day, and then did it. I wish I didn't do that. I wish I didn't start it at night and
yeah,
went to night.
yeah,
I wish I started in the morning and ended in the morning. The one thing
and
I
got
actually
your rest.
surprised me most with doing a 24-hour stream is when I was at the 3 o'clock in the morning mark, my views were higher than the rest of the stream. For some reason, more people were watching me at 3 in the morning. But it was a great time.
Yeah,
I probably would do it again. I would just plan it a little differently when I go live. Um,
yeah.
But when I did, I know people do like subathons, and they'll just like go sleep, and then they'll have their stream going. Um, but I just played the whole time, and it was fun. 6 hours, 6 hours, good streams.
I think if I'm at, I think if I'm ever gonna schedule a 24-hour stream, something like that, though, it's got to be something where like my wife and kids aren't home because I'd kind of feel kind of bad. I feel like I'd be neglecting them
And that's how we did it. We had
because
someone
I
to
don't.
watch our son. Take my son
Yeah,
overnight. Whenever I try to plan like any kind of event that puts me out of my Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 to 10, if there's some kind of event, I try to plan it. And
yeah,
maybe if it's something where it's gonna be like 10 hours, 6 hours, I'll just see if someone can watch my son for a couple hours. But usually my
I
wife's
agree
pretty
with Irish
supportive.
Zombie there too.
I went to 20 views and left. Felt bad at 2 a.m. leaving. I would need a financial incentive to do a 24-hour stream. Well, usually when you see someone doing 24-hour streams, they're usually doing a subathon, maybe, right? Or they have some kind of thing that is getting them to go longer. So most people don't just stream for 24 hours and don't have something planned like that.
I've
Um,
seen some streamers, man, just do it.
they probably don't have kids, wife,
Right.
maybe a full-time job.
Yeah.
you know, and how do you handle? I mean, you stream Tuesdays and Thursdays. You post a
Right.
lot of YouTube. How do you feel handle not getting burnt out?
I love what I do. When I said earlier, when I was doing the band and streaming, I was, saying, oh, I got burnt out. It was more or less burnt out with always being gone and not being home. Now that I'm home, I'm loving it, and
Loving it.
as long as I can entertain people, um, I I don't see myself ever getting burnt out.
That's good. I mean, I think the only time I've gotten close to that when I was actually tired and sick. Um, there was a time last year where I actually wanted to
But
quit streaming because
you're
my
not
job
burnt
burned me
out
out.
then. You're just tired and sick.
Just tired and sick. Yeah, I never got fully burnt. Like where I was like, man, I feel burnt out. Usually, if I'm tired, I'm usually sick. Usually, I have a lot of energy and I can keep going. I have a great work schedule. Right, I don't deal any work after I go home, which is God bless. One in a blue moon, I have to do something. But last year, I almost quit because I was on call from a job 24/7 and I couldn't actually stream and focus on the community.
Yeah. One thing that I told my work, um, I will never marry work. It's not what I love to do. My family comes first always. And yes, people are like, well, you have to have this job to support your family or a job in general to support your family. Okay, yes, I get that. But, why would you spend, if you think about it, what's the average lifespan? And we're lucky to even make it to what, 60 or 70 years
Let's just
old.
say 7 years.
Yeah, let's just say 70 years. You start work technically at 5 years old because you start going to school, right? And from 5 years, and it's sad. You go from five, and even sooner if you go to preschool. So 3 or 4 years old, from boom all the way to the point where you die. That's no life to live.
No, I agree with that too. If one point in my life, I would hope if I can take anything out of stream, would be able to do it full time. I mean, that would be like if I can make enough at home doing that, that would be amazing. Obviously, I have
That's
to
the
pay the
dream, right?
bills, but in the end, you're right. No matter what, the family comes first, and with us having kids, I choose a job where I'm not gonna miss. I don't want to miss out on anything. I've already missed
Yes.
out on a lot with my previous jobs. Luckily, my
Yes.
job now is at the point where it's great. If they ever try to make it so they want to be number one or me gotta work from home and all that, I'll find something
That's
else.
the, that's the same thing. Luckily, I have a job that agrees, with that too.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about my job is my sick time and vacation time are separate. So if I get sick and I need to take off because I'm sick, like I have been this week, uh, where I did have to take time, and I rested, it doesn't affect my vacation time.
Yeah, my
And
job is
they don't
really great with everything.
they don't hassle you, if you want to take vacation time, you can take your vacation time. There's, no, you got to find someone to work for you. It's not like that.
Work life balance is the most important thing you can ever have. And somehow, with work and our life, we add in this whole content creation, right? It's not even just about streaming, it's about, I mean, if you literally just go live on Twitch, I mean, that's half the battle. But think about all the people who go on YouTube and post on YouTube or post on
Yeah.
TikTok. It's really you're really a content creator, not a streamer. And
You know what saves my time with content on my long form on YouTube? I edit my video as I'm shooting it.
well, there you go, there you go. That's pretty good.
It just saves the amount of so much time, I think.
I mean, the time I have to edit clips is usually after streams, before I go to bed, or at lunch break at work. I'm on my phone. I don't barely ever edit anything on my computer. I just don't have the time to. Um,
I try to take a nap during my lunch break.
and you know what? I think a lot of it is because my son's such a young kid right now, where I'm not able to do that. I mean, in a couple of years, he's gonna be in his room playing his own game on his own computer, and I'll have more time to focus on that kind of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
being a dad and husband is actually number one before anything.
Always.
You know. And my son loves streams. For some reason, he loves it. I watch every VOD at 9, 10. It's at work.
But see, even with like,
You
okay,
do.
so my long form content, it's nothing special, I would say. Uh, a lot of times it's just gameplay videos. There are some. I've done a couple of reviews, but a lot of it is just like trailer reaction for the game and stuff.
I've seen those.
So
Yep.
that doesn't take a lot of time to edit the video at all. Now, one thing I have started doing was music reactions. One to also help my local music scene too, which I've done a couple of, amazing bands within the local music scene on there. Uh, yeah, I put more effort into my music reactions, but I do it in a way that maximizes my time. Instead of shooting the whole video, and doing all these takes or whatever, I'm like, no, shoot a part, edit, shoot a part, edit. So as soon as I get done shooting the video is already done edited.
That's great points too. Yeah, I mean that's a nice way of doing it too. Like me for my long term, anything I posted long term, I usually will just take it out of here and post it on YouTube, put a thumbnail, call it a day. If it's a Fortnite win, I mean the video's already pretty much made. You know what you're watching. You're watching me play this game of Fortnite. Here's how long it is. I'll post it on YouTube. Um, but I should get more into that and eventually. I usually write timestamps of things if I didn't get them clipped, so I can go back to it faster and don't have to watch my VOD. There's a bookmark option in OBS Twitch, I believe. I don't actually have that, but I think there's a thing where you can bookmark it. If I'm not wrong, I have OBS open right now. At Stream Marker, and that can clip. They can put a little thing, along that.
Hey Joe,
Yeah.
you need to switch out your gamer goo for clutch.
What do you mean?
Your gamer goo emote.
Oh my God, you're right. I gotta redo that. See, thank you
You
for
need a
calling me
you
out on
need
that.
you need a you need a clutch one.
I did change it on all my socials and everything, and I actually forgot that. I'm trying to do everything I can. I try to do that, but I just get so caught up in the stream that I always forget. Look, for shorts and TikToks, I usually clip when I'm streaming on my stream deck, and it automatically goes to Streamladder, and I do all my editing on Streamladder. Um, guys, it is not GamerGoo anymore. It is now Clutch. If you guys want to get yourself Clutch, go to clutch.com and you can use code Joegabez. It saves you, I don't know, like 10%, I believe. Hopefully something. And if you guys want some G Fuel discounts, make sure you check out G Fuel and use Turtle Pizza Power's code. What is your code exactly?
Pizza Power.
Pizza Power. Now, this
I
is
would
the
say
this is
about
the thing I see with some people and I don't see with other people is your thoughts on people who have an Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch having the same name across all platforms. Do you think that's important? Not important? Do you think having a complicated name with numbers and different letters and all that changes things? Or do you think none of that matters?
I think it matters. It 100% matters.
There you go. That's good. I mean, what I did when I first created this name, I went on every social networking site and seen if anybody else had Joegabez. And I think,
Yeah.
I didn't come across one person. I knew if I can create it on TikTok and Twitter and YouTube and Instagram, it's so much easier for people to find you. Now, do you think having a complicated name makes a difference? As in, like, random numbers throughout it, um, hard to pronounce certain words, something like that?
Yeah, I think if it's like gamer underscore like T underscore A, okay. I'm writing something in your chat.
Write all the
Zero
stuff you want.
two
You're the guest, man. You
three
were the guest.
4. I think if you have something like that, that's like way like just too it's too complicated. What are you going to tell people when you're promoting your videos? Hey, I'm gamer underscore T underscore A underscore G underscore one underscore zero underscore two. Follow me on all my socials. It's yeah, there's links you can click, but there are sometimes when I've watched videos and they're like, hey, follow me over at blah 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 blah, and I'll go search blah 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 blah. And because it's easy to spell, it pops right up. But if you have some crazy stuff, it's going to be hard to find. I think numbers are fine as long as you don't have any more than 3 numbers.
I think
And
having
there's
the
no,
consistency of the name is, very helpful. I think it's just easier for people to search you. It's also easy for you to say, "Hey, come to my TikTok, Joe Gabes," right? Come to my Twitch, Joe
yeah,
Gabes. It's not
yeah,
like, "Oh shit, is my Instagram Joe Gabes 34 or is my TikTok Joe Gabes 31?" Right? I know, like, pretty
right.
straightforward. Like
Well,
I am
if
think,
you're gonna be Joe Gabe's 31, you keep it across all platforms
right.
like
I
that.
agree. You got to keep it across all yours, and you don't want to have it different on every site because it'll be harder for people to find you. Um,
Hmm.
Don't worry. I don't see anybody's names in this chat that have been overcomplicated, so don't worry about it. Everybody seems pretty straightforward.
I have seen some crazy
I've seen
names.
some crazy names in my life too. And it makes it harder for me to give you shout outs too, because I'm like, what do I call you? Do I say
Mhm.
Joegabez or Joe Gabes? I have to give you a hard time about that. But I mean, you do great in streaming. I like your content on TikTok. I think, guys, if you haven't followed him, make sure you have followed him. Is there any questions left that we didn't answer? Look, this was my first time doing this. I would like to do this more,
Yeah,
get more people involved. If there's any ideas any feedback you'd provide, that's great. I didn't write a script. I wanted to just kind of wing it. I wanted to change it to noodle necklace, but I'm scared people won't realize it's me at this point. So if I was you, I'd rather do it now than later, right? If you're gonna change anything, you want to get it. I would do it as soon as possible. Don't keep building your community and then change it. Um,
right.
I
I
used
agree.
to have a different name when I first started streaming. It was 716 Shooter, so it was a weird one. But then I realized that makes me when I see that name, I'm gonna look at me and say that person only plays shooting games. That's not what I'm all about. So I changed it up. Changed it up. Might have lost some viewers, might have lost some followers, but hey, you know what?
Yeah, that's a sweaty name too. Like you better.
716 shooter. Well,
Yeah,
716 is my area code here, and then shooter was just shooter because I was playing Warzone at the time, and then I wanted something like how I came up with Joe Gabes is I liked Nick Merckx, right? I always
mm,
said like how easy is Nick Merckx' stream name, right? Nick Merckx.
right.
It's his name pretty much. This is my name, I just kind of shortened it and made it a little different. It was just very
Yeah,
easy, Joe Gabes.
I would have just kept. I would have just had a Pizza Power for mine, but a bot has that on Twitch. A bot account has that account, so it's like,
Stupid bots, and that's why I'm very very thankful no one else says Joe Gabes, and one day I'm gonna copyright it and whatnot. How important? I mean, not important, but I guess we've got a couple more questions before we end the stream, guys. I know this was a great idea with the podcasting thing. Like I said, eventually I want to have like 4 viewers, so make it more of like a instead of one on one, it's like one. It's like four, just 5 people just talking. But this is a great way to open it up and try it out. I'm glad he was my test dummy, and he was a great guest. I think he's very honest at what he says.
yeah, I like
He's
being
not
a
trying to
dummy.
sugarcoat shit or bullshit stuff. This is truly what you get. Um, do you think merch is an important?
No,
No.
no, not in the beginning. I've had very few merch sales. It's definitely not something that's needed. It's just kind of something if you want to do.
You want to do that?
Yeah,
That's that's I mean that's as good as it gets, right? It's something that if you want to do it, you do it.
I
I
also don't think you need a Discord. So
You don't think you need a Discord? See, that's a great thing. You don't think you need a Discord. So I have a Discord, and I'm like on the fence about Discords, right? Um, my thing on Discords is I feel bad because I lack being able to put much time into the Discord, right?
and that's
Um,
why I don't have a Discord because I don't check Discord every day. And I think we're showing our age a little bit with that, Joe. In a way, because it's
I
like
have a Discord,
this.
and I feel bad that I'm not like. Someone said once, if you have a Discord, you should be the number one most active person in that Discord. And I can definitely
Yeah,
tell you, I'm probably the least active person in my Discord. And a lot of it goes to the mods or people just talking. And I think it's great for like. Sometimes I have people that just want to talk about things that maybe don't have a Twitter and they just want to talk to me privately. That's great. But I think joining every Discord's hard for people to do. I don't think I would recommend that at all. You know,
hmm
just because you're not going to be in every Discord, right? You're not going to be
yeah,
active in Discords. Like I'm in Gamer Good Discord or Clutch's Discord, because they're very informative things I need to know about. But do I
right,
join every streamer friend's Discord? No, because I'm honestly I lack the attention span. you know,
right. Same.
I just can't do it. And I feel bad, and I feel bad for a lot of things. Like there's things I feel bad about streaming all the time. If I want to raid one person and I raid this person, not that person, like it eats me up at night, right?
Yeah,
So if I join one Discord and I say no to another person, they're friends. It's just kind of I just try not to join his main Discords. I just try to keep it business or say thank you to everybody who does join my Discord. I truly appreciate it because you guys are great in that community, but I suck at it personally. But I do you feel bad about stuff like that? I don't want to put you on the spot because some people don't feel bad. Like some people can just go to bed when things happen, don't things happen. But like what eats me up at night is like for someone who comes into my stream and gets 5 subs and I know I can't get 5 subs back. Like does things like that like affect you in any way, or do you understand the okay they're paying for that? That's
a
the
hundred
num
percent, man. Anytime anyone does something like that, I'm very very thankful, and you know if it's someone who ends up because sometimes you'll have some people who aren't ever around. They'll just come and they'll drop support, but they want that support back, and they don't ever chat really, but they just drop monies at you, and it's just like okay, well, but I feel like people who's sit there and they chat with you, or they're always there, and they don't have to drop money, but they do drop money, and it's like I I do feel bad if I can't help them out or support them back in some way. That's why now where I'm at, I'm able to, because I'm not partnered streamer. I don't have, like 100 viewers. I try my damn bestest to support everyone who truly supports me. You know,
That's good. That's good. Lou's question. I'm gonna save that for the last to end the stream, but I want to get a couple more minutes into this discussion just because, um, the savage mom, the one savage mom. I got gifted some subs the other night. I'm forever thankful anytime anybody donates anything. I was very lucky in my life where I've grown a community that has helped me with potentially building a game industry and PC. They've donated subs, and I feel guilty when people do. I feel guilty when I can't raid someone and I raid someone else. I feel guilty if I miss a stream. I feel guilty pretty much a lot of the time. Um,
right?
but she put it in perspective that I didn't ask for people to do that, right? They did that out of the kindness of their heart. And I think I got to separate that sometimes where, you know, I can't always give they give to me. But that doesn't mean I don't support them. It just means I financially can't support them, right?
You can give back in other ways.
You can give back in other ways. And I think that's one thing we all got to remember. It's not always about, like I said, it's not always about how many subs you get, how many bits you drop, or how many times you go to their stream. Just like show them they care. Show them that you're not, just another person in their life. Show them that, like, hey, you're rooting for them. Any support is better than no support. Any growth is better than no, growth. You just got to do what's good for you. The Lou. Okay, so for sure, and they could say a lower viewer count and can't figure out why. Networking is building friendships because you want to support your friends. I 100% agree. Well, look at we got this going now. If I'm not a support, I don't require support back. Not everyone can support the way I do, like given because I know I can help them. They will make them stream better in the future. I like to do it on birthdays and Christmas, but never expect anything in return. I feel bad whenever I miss streams though, but I feel no life's hectic. Network is a big thing. See, this networking thing is a huge thing, and a lot of people think it's a lot about you showing up to every one of their streams or gifting subs or donating bits. It's not all about that. You can you can literally support in any way possible. You know,
No, man, lurkers are the best.
lurkers
I
are the
think,
best, and they're unappreciated too. You know, I thank all my lurkers. You know, but I also thank everybody
especially
who comes to my streams, and you know, Jesse Days, the Lou, Troll, Living Dead,
yeah.
um, Pizza Power. I try to come in as much as I can. Just life is busy all the time. Like,
Dude, I get it.
you know, and you know, but that doesn't mean I'm not rooting for you guys. And you know, I know you guys root for me too. And you know, just growing this community and friendship is, in the end, the most important thing. And we're just all great people. I think there's a lot of good vibes, and I'm very lucky that we all know each other in one way or another, and we help each other out
Oh
as much
yeah.
as we can. I've grown pretty much 100% through networking. I've only gained like a couple followers through other socials. And networking is key. Like I can go into Turtle Pizza Power stream and I know maybe 5 people from his stream instantly. I can probably go into the stream right now, and if he was live, and be like, okay, I know this person, that person. How's it going, guys? You know, it's easy. You
Yeah.
know, and I think that's how you network. Is then you know someone else will get in the conversation, and then they grow.
But not only that, when you have viewers, and us as streamers, a lot of our viewers are other streamers too, right? That actually helps with the algorithms when you think about it, because when you go down and you're like, oh, Joegabez viewers also watch bam, 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 and bam.
Yeah,
Well, it's like, oh, well, Insane Troll, the Lou, Irish Zombie, they're like, oh, well, they all watch these streamers too. So that's why it lumps you all together, and then it throws you out at other people who watch those style streamers.
that's a good way of putting it. You know, I just say, just be true to yourself. You know, don't be fake, and have your intentions be true and real. You know,
Yep.
that's the most important thing. Don't fake it. Show them who you really are, and have those conversations that you really want to have. And I'm lucky that everybody I've met has been great. Um,
Oh yeah.
you know, I'm very
There's been a
thankful
couple
for
of
what
sour
Stream has
apples,
done.
but
Good vibes all around. I guess this will be our one of our last questions. I didn't want to lose this one. The Lou asked, I think it was the Lou. Let me get back up there. Sorry, I lost it for a second. Who asked the question about?
just have them ask it again.
Yeah, just ask it again. I'm just trying to scroll up. I think it was the Lou. It was up right when we talked about it. Okay, they got. You should support streamers. Some people never. It's usually tabbed. Did he ask it yet? Nope. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Polo. Polo is my mod. We have It's Jess also who's my mod. She's not here right now because she's moving from Mexico to the U.S. You guys all know my mods are really great people. I wish I can pay them if I could because they do so much great work. But
Yeah.
I wanted to give a shout out to my mods real quick.
I totally agree with that.
Polo Campbell and Jess, guys, make sure you always show them some love. So here's the question: if you had one dream streamer to work with, to collab with, who would it be?
Well, I'm very, very lucky that I'm getting to do your very first episode for your show ever.
First guest.
I'm very humble for that. I've gotten to do a commercial for Duty Beard on his season finale show, which that will be up on YouTube in the near future. But we got to be on the live stream for that. So that was really cool. I think the Raven Armed or like Asmongold would be cool streamers to collab with.
I think for me it would be Tim the Tab Man. You know, I've always liked
Yeah.
I've always liked his content, and he just kind of seems like, you know, I know people either usually like Nick Merckx or they like Tim the Tam, and they both have different ways of streaming or giving content or whatnot. I just love the way Tim the Tam Man is. He'd be like the guy that I would like, man, I would just love just to kick it with him and play a game and have him yell at me because I know he's not taking it serious. You know, and I think that's,
Yeah.
I think he's good stuff. I really do. No hate on anybody who likes Nick Merckx, by the way. It's just I prefer Tim the Tam Man over, you know. But I'm lucky enough to be able to collab with a lot of people that have helped me through my journey. Whether we play games of Fortnite together or Warzone, or tomorrow I'll be playing with Madden with my man Freaky Creaky. So I just love the fact that I'm able to collab with so many great people who trust me and enjoy their time with me. Guys, I will open it up for any more questions. Any last questions that we forgot to cover? I'll be posting this on YouTube tonight, hopefully, if I can let it run overnight. But I want to make sure we didn't leave any questions unanswered. I would like to have him back in this also again when we get more people involved. If you guys would like to do this one day, all you got to do is message me on Twitter or Discord and we'll get you set up. But I want to make sure we have any more questions. Blue Turtle, I know you coming in. We're about to end the stream, but I want to know, do you have any questions that you would want to ask Turtle Pizza Power? Anything that maybe you've been struggling with or want to ask, feel free to. But this is you guys' last chance for tonight. And much love. Well, Troll, we appreciate you being here, guys. The Lou. Guys, you guys are all legends. I love the Lou. You know why I love saying the Lou? Because I love saying the Lou.
Hey, Irish Zombie asked the question.
I know what he asked. What products do you use in your beard? Gamer Goo.
You really want to know? Gamer Goo, yeah. I just slather it all. It gets real sticky. No, I don't use anything but normal shampoo and conditioner.
You have a really nice beard. I wish my beard would grow like yours, but it gets like a little crazy, and then I don't know.
It used to be longer. It used to be a lot longer. I shaved it for free lunch for the rest of the week at work, and it hasn't grown back as long. So I'm scared if I completely shave it, it won't grow, like it is now.
What they say? Favorite Ninja Turtle?
Donatello and Raphael.
If you had to pick one.
What are yours? Raphael.
I like Raphael too. For some reason, I do. I love the Ninja Turtles. I just remember being a kid and it was either the Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers were my two favorite things, and
Yep.
very lucky for
Same.
Our childhood was way different than people's childhoods now. And I'm very thankful that we had that great
Oh
childhood.
yeah.
Ralph for the
Oh,
W. Yeah. There we go. Raphael's the best great choice. All right, guys. If you guys haven't followed my man Turtle Pizza Power, make sure you do on all socials. Don't just leave it to Twitch. Don't leave it to TikTok. Go to YouTube. Go everywhere. If you want to go get some G Fuel, make sure you use his code. Help this guy out. He's great at what he does. I think when you put on the scale of truly, genuinely good people, you're up there. And I'm not just saying this because you're a guest on my stream, but you've always been so kind to me one way or another, and we appreciate you.
Since we met.
You. But you know what? Because you're wearing the shirt, we have to play a song for the Used real quick because I can't end the stream us not playing a song for the Used. So you better be ready. Oh shit, that's what happens. Never mind, that's what actually happens. I can't play the Used. Can you hear me? Oh, did we lose him? Hang on, guys. Hang on.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, so when I open up my
me?
web browser, it automatically mutes you, which is weird. All right. Yo, fun and cool stream. I like this type of stuff. I got
funny.
lots of information. I'm gonna try and use it the best I can. Guys, before we end the stream, put W's in the chat for my man. He will be live again, I believe, this Tuesday. Is right? You're not gonna stream tomorrow?
No, so I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and sometimes I do a random pop-up stream on the weekends. If you're just starting out streaming, or you feel like you're struggling streaming, just remember why you started streaming in the first place. Remember to have fun and be consistent. Thank you, Joe, for having me. Seriously, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lou, Irish Zombie, Tunable, Ponage, Blue Thunder, Duty Beard, Insane Troll, Polo, just thank you, the Lou. Thank you, everyone.
A lot of great names in there, by the
for
way.
the support and just thank you so much for everything. Seriously.
Here you guys go. Jolly, thank you again for the follow. I want to say thank you to everybody, too. Just everybody's been so kind. I love the
And more.
questions. This was a test run. I wanted to see how it worked before we added music and alerts and stuff. I want to make sure it worked well for his sake, too. I appreciate you being really the guest tonight, the first guest. I know today we're kind of unsure if we're going to go live with this because of what happened to my father, but I'm glad we actually pulled through.
Yeah, I hope he heals fast.
Yeah, he's he had surgery today. I was at the hospital with him before I decided that he was going to they have surgery, and then he went into surgery, and bam, he's good. He's in bed resting. That's why I knew I could do this, because really he was just gonna be sleeping anyways. We're gonna read out. We're gonna read out to my guy Cavs fan. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Cavs fan. He definitely a smaller streamer. He just became affiliate. So he's streaming for 4 hours tonight. I just want to give him some love. He's a huge supporter of the stream. But like I want to say thank you guys so much for this Turtle Pizza Power. Thank you so much for this. Seriously, I can't wait to do more stuff with you, catch more of your streams, collab more, whatever we gotta do. But you're a great person, and dude, you're honest. That's the truth. He's the honest.
Thank you so much for having me, Joe. It truly is an honor to chat with you. And I also enjoyed when we played Call of Duty before. We should do that again, even if it's off stream.
I will play Call of Duty with you. We'll make we'll make that planned.
Cool.
I don't
All right.
usually play games when I don't stream just because of the time I have.
But I see my time's on the weekends, like late night weekends.
Maybe we'll do it this weekend coming up. We'll
That'd be
plan.
fun.
I'll DM you.
All right.
All right, let me get this open, guys. I want to say thank you guys again. Everybody, you guys are all amazing. Much love, both love on both ends. Great people. This was our first episode. I'm glad everybody got something out of it. I just want to have this more of an open discussion, and I think that's what this was. It was a great discussion, and I think you provided a lot of information for everybody. So, let's give some love to Cavs fan. Guys, let's rate out, and then we will be back live. My end, I'll be back live tomorrow playing a full game of Madden with my man Freaky Creaky. That means 15-minute quarters. So it's gonna be a super long stream, but whatever. We're gonna have fun doing it. And then Tuesday you're gonna catch Turtle Pizza Power. So make sure you check out his stream on Tuesday, guys. Have a great night. God bless you guys. Let's put Cast Fan in here. Let's give him some love, guys. Boom. He's gonna be surprised that we thought of him. Here we go. All right, guys.
Thank you so much again.
Cast Fan? Peace out, guys. Have a good night. Peace.